Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a jacket inside, that's simply because I've just come home and it's still freezing inside. So while I'm waiting for this one to heat up, I'm keeping my jacket because I'm such a chilly girl. I get cold super easily, so I'm just keeping my jacket in the meantime. But for today's video, I want it to be a really raw video of me just explaining to you my experience on starting over in life because I feel like a lot of us need this in our life to sometime just to start over because I feel like this is not talked enough in our society. But when you transition from your teenage years to your 20s, and then the beginning of your 20s and your mid 20s are different, and then when you approaching your late 20s, your life changes again, your interests change again, and we live in a world where we are taught that at 18, when you finish high school, you choose one career path, you choose one life path, and then you stick to it for the rest of your life. And I feel like that's why a lot of us nowadays really struggle with like depression, anxiety, burnout, because sometimes the career path or the life path you have chosen at 18 doesn't match with the 26 years old you anymore or the 30 years old you anymore. And we are taught that, once you are on that life path or that career path, there's no going back. And we feel like I've already invested so many years of my life in this career or this job or this business, whatever it is, that I can't go back now. I can't start over now, um, which I get is really, really difficult. And that's a bit what I had been going through this last year. And I'm currently in the process to start over. So I will be moving to a new country in like 20 something days. And I'm super excited, but at the same time, I'm super scared. But what I want to talk about today is, and what I want to let you guys know is that that fear you have when you're scared of starting over, it's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing, and sometimes that's the sign you needed to know that's what you should be doing. Because most of the time when something is easy, you're not scared, you can do it super easily. From one day to the other, you can just do whatever new thing it is. You don't really need to get out of your comfort zone. Then most of the time, that can mean it's not necessarily what you needed to grow, or what you needed to start over, or what you needed to like develop, or what you needed to feel better, or what you needed to feel happier. So to all of you who are feeling like you have reached that path in life where you don't feel satisfied with your life, but at the same time you feel guilty because you're like, this is what I have always wanted, that's what I have always worked for so hard. I want you to know that it's okay to feel that way. And I even want to go further and say that you should explore those feelings you have. Don't make yourself feel guilty for feeling this way, or don't try to like silence those voices in your head. I would suggest you to really listen to them. Listen to what you want, listen to what you need. Try to explore those different paths, do the research, start thinking about it. And that feeling you will have in your chest, that like, you will be scared, you might even have some anxiety, but most of the time it's like the good anxiety, it's the good fear that you have. It's the fear you need to move on, it's the fear you need to grow, in life, personally, maybe professionally. And yeah, I really, really wish that more people will start listening to their inner voices, because the opposite is quite sad. And I have done it. I have silenced the voices for so long, and I had accepted my reality. But lately I have decided that this is not what I want. It is not what I want. And it's so sad to think that you are sacrificing all that you want, all that you are capable of, just because of a choice you made when you were 18 or 19 or 20 or whatever it is, you know. So I really want to say to everyone, if you are scared or lost or you feel like you need to start over, don't silence those voices. Like really, really, you should really explore those options, those thoughts you have, because most of the time it's going to lead to something amazing. And again, I know I said it a lot, but you're going to feel scared and it's normal. Don't let this fear make you stop or go back or accept your reality as your norm, because that's our bodies and our mind's way of like self-protecting. It's like self-protection mode. Once they feel like, oh no, this path looks scary, looks really dangerous, no, actually I prefer this comfort I have now. So that's why your mind tries to change your way of thinking, trying to make you step back, and give up, because your body is trying to protect yourself, in the sense that your body doesn't like those feelings of fear, those negative feelings, that anxiety. They're like, why are we going to go through this if we can just stay comfortable in our situation right now? So that's why you shouldn't let this fear stop you, because of course it's going to be hard. Like, I have to be real with you, it's not going to be easy, but what I can tell you is that it's going to be worth it. And yeah, I mean, I've been really reflecting a lot on all of that lately as I'm embarking on this new journey, and I'm still not 100% there. I'm still going through it. I still have that fear that I was talking to you about. I'm It's always making me a bit emotional because I feel so proud of myself, but at the same time, it's like a mixture of so many feelings, because I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling stressed, but at the same time I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling proud of myself. And so you don't know what to make of it. But for me, my conclusion when I reflect on this topic is that I'm proud of myself, because deep down, if I go past all those feelings, deep down, I am convinced that I'm making the right choice. I know that what I'm doing right now is the right thing, even if maybe not everyone can see it. Because the difficult thing is that sometimes you have your own challenges, your own fears, but most of the time it doesn't stop there. There's family who might not be supporting your choice, because um, a lot of families, for example, for me, I graduated university, I started working at a big four, I got my accounting and tax degree, really stable job. So when my parents heard that I wanted to quit my job like 2 years ago, they freaked out, because they were like, you have such a stable job, like why would you do that to take the risk of becoming self-employed? They didn't get it. And it's even more difficult to make that decision when you know that your loved ones aren't supporting it. Or now also the next change that I'm doing, moving abroad, and my family is not 100% on board, and I know that there are still many challenges that are going to come, because they still don't accept or support it 100%, or I feel like they're not even 100% conscious of what it means or what it entails. So that's also another challenge that you will have to overcome. And to me, this is the most difficult part. It's really not easy, and especially when you are very close with your family, this can be really, really hard. But I feel like it's important to still listen to your voice, listen to your dreams, listen to what you want in life, because if you don't, because of that, you might not only resent yourself in the future, but you might even start resenting your family for it. And I'm not sure that's a good idea for our family relationship. So maybe it might bring some arguments or some conflict with family on the short term, but I believe that on the long term it creates better relationships basically, and better bonds with family that maybe in the future you might not have anymore because you start resenting your family, and most of the time, it's unconscious. You're really unconsciously resenting, like you're a little bit more distant, or you're not going to open up as much to them, and most of the time you wouldn't even realize why. But that's the thing, because you feel like the more you're like letting your family dictate everything for you, you let them keep you back from your dreams, from your goals, and the more you start slowly like getting more distance, which is sad. um that's not what I want for me and for my future. But yeah, I mean, life is not easy when you feel like you have to make a choice between what you want and what your family wants. I feel like, to me, this is the biggest challenge in life that I I have struggled for the longest time between finding a balance of what I want and what my family wants, because it's not always aligned. And I have always been that daughter who's trying so hard to make her parents so proud, the one who's always getting good grades at school, always listens, rarely goes out, trying to support them, whether it's financially or even like emotionally. I've always tried to be the perfect daughter, but the more I grew up, the more I felt like I started losing myself. And when I started reflecting on this topic, I realized that I struggle to find that balance between family and me, like me, just myself. Because I realized that a lot of time, all my goals, everything was influenced by what my family wanted. So these last 2 years, maybe I've really focused on learning to know myself, not the me that my parents want or my family wants, but the me that is deep down, like what does she want. And when you start discovering that, and you start comparing to what your parents want, that's when you start getting really lost, because you're trying to find something that fits both, but sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes it's not possible to have both, and that's when it feels most scary. I mean, at least to me. um but yeah, today's video was really raw, really raw. I feel like I've talked about a lot of different things. I didn't have really one specific topic I wanted to address today, but I just wanted to talk openly about this kind of challenges you might have in life. Because first of all, I want you to know that you're not alone. I think most of us are all going through this kind of thing, especially when you enter your 20s. Like for me now, I'm in my second half of my 20s, and so it feels like you really start to learn more about yourself, and you start reflecting more about life in general. And so I just want to let everyone know that you're not alone, and I hope this helped you. And I really hope that if you feel like you need to start over, if you have those voices inside of you that want something, just listen to yourself. Listen to yourself, and you owe it to yourself to at least explore those voices in your head and not just silence them. So, yeah, that was it for today's video. Feel free to comment. I would love to talk about this with more of you guys. And as usual, if you have enjoyed this video, feel free to like the video and to comment. And also, please, if you would like to support me, don't forget to subscribe. Um, I know maybe to you it doesn't mean much, but to me it means really a lot. So yeah, thank you in advance, and I hope I can see you in next video. Bye.